Yas, yas. Welcome back, everyone, to the co-op walkthrough series. What is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing the first ever match that I've done with Headless Horseman on my death, which I think is King Zal's attempt to get more money out of us and to... Did I really just go second, dude? That's okay. It's whatever. I think it's King Zal's what? I think this is King Zal's attempt to make the game even more pay to win, at least at this point. Unless it is craftable. I could be wrong. If it is craftable now, it is not pay to win. I take that back. But if it's just available in that pack, then I think it's an attempt to make the game more pay to win, and also to maybe balance death PvP, but I don't think that's really what's happened. So, quite honestly though, I had the spell, so I'm not really salty, but I could understand why other people... I feel like some other people have been pretty salty recently. Alright, here we go. It shouldn't kill him, but I just... Oh my god. This spell is so sick. Did they change the animation? Because I swear I've seen this before, but it did not look that cool. Wow. Yeah, go ahead, heal. It's not gonna do anything, dude. Oh my god. So yeah, my death is now an insta warlord. That's just how it is. That's just how it goes. Oh no, he's going on the offensive. Oh no. Yep. Don't do it. Bitch. That was the one good move he could have done right there. It's not gonna matter though, because in addition to that broken spell, I also carry another broken... Oh my gosh. You can't win. This is actually the most incredibly broken spell for this level. Like, I know it's not even that bad because like not many people have it, but dude. Oh my gosh. I've always loved that spell. It's a real go-getter. It's a real get him good, you know. So yeah, guys, that's what happens at level 15 death when you have Death Minotaur and Headless Horseman. Yeah. So that was fun. See, this gets me every time. When you put something that's for gold on sale. Boy. Like, who are you fooling here? Like, oh, look, it's on sale. Yeah, like, come on. Just by the way, throwback to when this was like the coolest set of gear ever. You guys remember when everybody cool used to have this? Oh my gosh, I remember when this was like, this gear was just so cool. Hey guys, welcome to my first episode of my house decoration. No, but actually though, check out this dorm though. I mean, come on guys, it's pretty freaking cool. I feel like I show this in every video. I'll stop. Wow, what a solid deck setup. This is totally what my brother uses. That's why my brother's so bad at the game. Alright, haven't done this in a while. Let's talk about life. As most of you guys probably know, if you don't know, the change in my background is because I'm at boarding school. I'm at a boarding school in Vermont. The reasons why I changed, they're not personal. I mean, if you guys saw the video I uploaded about wanting to start my own high school, there's a lot of stuff that I do in my life outside of this YouTube thing, and I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly how much I want to combine these, and if I do at all. And the reason I haven't been super like transparent with all this stuff is not because of any like sort of personal reasons that I don't want to share with you guys. It's not that. It's just that this has sort of always been like a separate thing from the other stuff that I do. It's not really an escape, but it's sort of just something that I tend to keep separate, and that might not always be the case, but I just wanted to say that just like the reason it might seem sometimes like I'm not being like fully transparent is just because there's a lot of stuff that I do that I don't explain to you guys, and so I apologize if that ever gets confusing. So I thought today I would give you something that isn't super practical, because this is really all speculation and that's not really what I love to dwell on, but I really don't have a ton of time to do a bunch of research for this video right now, so I just thought I'd bring this up because it's something that I've thought about that I just thought was really interesting. So I want to give credit to the first thing I'm going to say to Gary Vaynerchuk. You guys know him. He's an entrepreneur. Fairly popular now on YouTube. If you guys don't know him, if you're at all interested, you should definitely look him up. If you care at all about business, he's like partial motivational speaker, but like really not, which is why I watch him, because I don't really watch motivational speakers, but I really like his style. He's very straightforward. And I realized, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about Amazon again. I realized the last time I did this, I talked about Amazon too, but guys, it's just happening. It was really more of a broader point though, and just consider this for a second, okay? It's not just Amazon, but everybody's worried right now that there's sort of these big companies that are having just disproportionate power on consumer markets, and that's a big statement for some of you guys. I'm sorry. That basically, there's a bunch of big companies right now that have way too much money and way too much power, some people think. And the point that he brought up that I thought was fascinating, that I think we should all think about, especially being younger, is just because Amazon right now is such a big company, and granted they will continue to be a big company, don't get me wrong, Amazon is a big deal. But just consider for a second some of the other technologies that have been created recently. Like, for example, a big one is virtual reality. What happens when everybody's so focused on this material consumerism right now, where everyone just wants to buy stuff and Amazon's flourishing, and then boom, out of nowhere, they develop these contact lenses, and if you guys have seen Black Mirror, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, by the way, that's a TV show. If they develop contact lenses that will allow you to basically live in partial virtual reality, or even full virtual reality, what happens then? You know, like, what happens when we're almost living in the Matrix and the stuff we want to buy becomes virtual? And by the way, this isn't something that would happen in the next, couple years, obviously, but let's be honest, like, this is stuff that could happen in the next decade for sure. I really don't see us all plugging into virtual reality full time and just living off of, protein injections in the next 10 years, but I just thought that was really, really interesting to think about. And what's more interesting for me, and what's probably more interesting for you guys, is think about how that impacts like stuff like education. I mean, like school. Like, most of you guys that are watching this are probably in school. Forget about Amazon, forget about like big businesses that don't really impact your life. I mean, they do, but like, think about school, guys. Like, seriously, like, you guys know I'm so into this education thing. I don't think we're really realizing, like, how big of an impact some of this stuff could have. I'm not just talking about, like, what happens when we all learn online. I'm just saying, like, even more short term, in the next couple of years, when some of these resources come out, especially when we think about some schools that are really, traditional, that still have these, like, standardized tests, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are still involved with. Like, that to me is crazy. The sort of disconnect between what we're teaching and what kids are doing in schools right now and what's happening in the rest of the world, and at least the majority, by the way, I'm generalizing. It's like, it's like Mars and Earth. Like that, it's literally, it's crazy. The disconnect is so huge, and I feel like, I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I feel like it's something worth considering, that like, what happens when all of this technology and all of this stuff that's happening in the world finally starts to impact education? Or more importantly, what happens when it becomes such a big thing and education can't really keep up with it, What kind of people are we creating? We're not creating the right types of people to go into our society, Like, we're not teaching them the right skills and the right things. And I would argue that that's definitely true now. I think that's been true for at least a century, but I feel like it's going to become a lot more of a problem if we're still teaching kids how to memorize stuff and we're living in partial virtual reality. I'm sorry, if you guys are younger, I'm sorry, I'm probably throwing out a lot of big words, but just like some of the stigma around stuff in schools, like video games. Like, video games have such a bad rep, especially in schools. And I understand, like, I don't think you should play video games all day, but the fact that people really, a lot of adults, especially in schools, aren't realizing, like, the potential of esports, that's crazy to me. Like, I don't think that kids should be spending all day playing video games. I don't spend all day playing video games. But the bigger point is, it's a huge industry, right? And we should be treating that with the same respect as we treat, like, any other sort of corporate thing, And if anything, it's a lot cooler because people actually like it. Like, esports is way cooler than, at least to me, it's a lot cooler than, like, I don't know, some sort of banking agency or some more investment finance stuff. Like, I don't know exactly the point I'm trying to make in this video. I realize I just threw out a lot of big stuff, but I just hope I got you. I just realized, by the way, I'm at Jabberwock, and we're not gonna do this right now. But I don't really know exactly what I just said, but I hope I got you guys to at least think about the future a little bit. You know, like at this point it's all speculation. Who knows? You know, maybe virtual reality isn't really fully developed for another century. But when we think about the future, let's not just think about little stuff. You know, like let's not just think about what happens when current trends continue. Try to think about some of those wild cards that aren't really so wild. I mean, virtual reality is not really super wild. I know that VR in terms of video games right now has sort of been a flop, but I really don't think that's actually true. I think virtual reality right now is just starting. I mean, it's so preliminary, and I think the potential is massive. And yeah, I think that's actually where I'm going to leave this video. I want you guys to draw your own conclusions. Let me know what this made you think of. Let me know if there's any other crazy ideas you have. I love reading comments when you guys leave stuff about, you know, just crazy theories that you guys have. But even just if this video made you think of something that I didn't mention, or if you got something from this, leave a like, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, I think I covered a bunch of different stuff in this video. Going back to the school thing, I am transferring back home. I'm not going to the same school I was at, but I'm transferring back to Minnesota in the middle of December, and so when I get back there, I will definitely try to focus on this more. Right now at this school, I'm going to try to make some more videos now because I turned in my college applications and I have time, but just know that about a month and a half from now, there'll be a lot more videos coming again. So that's cool. Get excited for that. Let me know what you guys want to see. But yeah, I've been ranting for a while. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, I will catch you all in my next video.